Partnered by Times Influence.
To recognize the excellence in the maritime industry, the 5th edition of Samudra Manthan Awards was held by Bhandarkar Publications in Mumbai, with Sagarmala as the theme of the event. The Samudra Manthan Awards 2017 was held in the presence of Chief Guest Pradeep Rawat, Chairman of the National Shipping Board, A.K. Gupta, Chairman Governing Council, Anand Swaroop, IRPS Joint Secretary Department of Commerce, K. Natrajan, ADG Coast Guard Commander Western Seaboard, Dr. Ravindra Shiswe, Additional Commissioner of Police, and Captain Anup Sharma, CMD SCI.
I request Captain Dinesh Gautama, Vice President of Navkar Corporation Limited and the moderator of this symposium on Sagarmala, Gateway to a New Fortune.
Let's get your views on Sagarmala as you're starting.
Basic thing is port-led development. That is what it is all about. It's not only reducing the logistics cost, it is also about developing communities, businesses, economic zones, and manufacturing, everything in and around port. Means everything through the port, near the port. That way, not only logistics cost will come down, but development of the community in and around the port will also happen. It will lead to the smart cities being built across India, around the coast, and the ultimate objective of the government will be achieved by reducing the cost as well as developing communities together. That's basically Sagarmala.
For the first time, it's integrated logistics. It's integrated logistics. We have a secretary and a joint secretary on logistics. Yes, sir. We'd like to hear something from you.
I would like to inform you that it is for the first time where the government of India is looking towards an integrated development of logistics. We do not want different modes of transport to compete. We want the different modes to complement each other so that we reduce the cost of logistics in the country. Today, we already have a full-fledged wing headed by a special secretary. I am the joint secretary, and we have 2 other officers. There's a team of 4 which are looking at logistics. We are very well aware that the logistics costs in India around 14% of the GDP. The developed world has 8% of the GDP. So there is a huge margin where we can reduce these costs of logistics. 2 big tasks which we have at our hands, and we have to deliver it over the next few years. Our vision is to reduce these costs from 14% to 10% over the next few years. 2 big things which we are doing. We have started working on that. One, we want to have an integrated logistics plan for the country. And how are we developing this logistics plan for the country? We want to engage with the logistics users and also with the logistics service providers. It is as per the economic survey that logistics cost in India per kilometer is $7. When you compare with China, it is $2.9, and even Bangladesh fares better than us at $3.9. So that's the margin which is available where we have to reduce the costs of logistics.
Okay, now let's come to Mr. Rampal. Can you tell us how are you looking into the logistics sector, particularly in relation to Sagarmala?
The turnaround time of the containers. That's very critical in today's scenario because exporters want the containers to go as early as possible. Importers want the containers to come out to their facility as early as possible. So these 2 things, I think, which you mentioned, push and pull, pushing the containers fastest into the terminal, pulling it out of the terminal, is the very critical area where I think all stakeholders should come together. We have so many players involved, so The communication is becoming a gap right now. This is where I think we should all come and bring a platform which gives one solution to everyone.
So, considering all this, what is your view taking place because of the connectivity and the Sagarmala with respect to the ports based in Maharashtra?
In Maharashtra, we actually have notified areas which can be called as, not essentially all of them can be called as ports, but there are 48. And of which the actual ports, as we understand, are just about 14 where the cargo is transacted. Port-led development is a very important leg of the Sagarmala. And to that extent, we have come to a very advanced stage of identifying 2 locations on the coast for development of greenfield ports. One is Bhandarkar and the other one is Padwane. Now these 2 areas, one in Sindhudurg and one in Ratnagiri, are already identified. There are detailed studies going on. Within this season, we should be able to. Once that is identified, then we would go back to Sagarmala for funding part of it.
Tell me, as the advisor on international projects of Indian Ports Association, what are your views on the subject?
I think for the first time, there is a thought, there is a discussion going on about an integrated approach towards logistics. We can have 173 projects or 175 projects, or whether it is 10 ports or 16 ports is a matter of detailing. And of course, while the planners, the government may have an idea to have n number of ports, but whether all of them are going to be viable is a question, because if the government is saying that it will be mostly the private sector driven development, then the private sector is not going to invest if there is no viability for those projects. And we have already seen some of these projects not doing as well as we expected. So I think this entire ecosystem is quite important, and unless we have this entire ecosystem in place, there is not going to be investment that is going to come in.
Captain Umesh, now coming to you, there are 3,500 container ports in the world, which service about 400 liner services. India has got 28 terminals, and you run quite a few. What are your comments on this?
And when you look at the Sagarmala project per se, you're talking of port-led development. That means you have the industry at the port, you're generating the cargo at the port, you're consuming the cargo at the port. That's going to take quite some time to happen. But standalone, it's an ideal scenario. But today you got industry in the hinterland. The problem that we face on the logistics is your first mile and your last mile connectivity, which is a deterrent. And to add fuel to the fire, if you can't get the cargo on time, with the railways unable to cope up, it is practically impossible to cut down on those costs. So Sagarmala, one is port-led development, which is ideal. You can start the cargo and end the cargo over there, but the hinterland still has a lot of industry. How are we going to address that? And the faster we are able to address that to reduce the cost, the better it will be for us.
Now, I'm going to ask them, raise your hand to give a comment.
And my question to Mr. Sarup is that the government is working very well on all sectors, but sometimes certain developments go opposite to each other. Isn't development of road at loggerheads with development of port for coastal cargo?
That's one of these objectives of the National Integrated Logistics Plan, which we intend to develop, to get very clear ideas which are the commodities which would move by this mode, which are the commodities which would move by the other modes. And then all these modes would start complementing each other rather than complementing.
I'll go into the port sector. Can I get a one-liner from Mr. Krishnadas, who heads Jambakshe?
Thank you. After hearing Mr. Unmesh, discussed on all the points, one of the area which I would like to mention is we are talking about the cost and everything to the end customer. Talking about the last mile connectivity, if you look at any of our ports, look at the congestion what is there outside our gate. If you try to reduce that itself with our e-commerce and all that technology and things like that, and speed up the procedure, I think we can reduce costs there itself. Look at the turnaround what is happening in these ports. So my point is on that, where, we can reduce the cost and we can turn around the cargo fast.
Yeah, I do understand. Congestion has been an issue that plagues the port industry, and probably we'll have to bring it up to the government once or twice again, so that a little more focus can be given on that one. Thank you. Thanks a lot. Thank you.
The Samudra Manthan Awards were instituted in the year 2009 by Bhandarkar Group of Publications. This platform, ladies and gentlemen, was created to recognize excellence in maritime industry. Mr. Ashish Pednekar, President of Bombay Customs Brokers Association, joined hands with Captain Vivek Bhandarkar, who conceived the theme based on India government's Magnum project, Sagarmala, for this 5th edition of SMA. And they have been the organizers of this very important award event of the maritime industry.
Ladies and gentlemen, a warm welcome to all of you. On behalf of Bhandarkar Publications, I am happy to state that in this 5th edition of Samudra Manthan Awards, there is a 40% rise in nominations over last year. There have been some nominations which were coming in as late as 2 days before the last meeting which we held. This reflects not only on the growing platform of Samudra Manthan, but actually the strides over the last year. The 5th edition of Samudra Manthan would not have been possible without the help of our well-wishers and sponsors. Let us now hear a message from our Nitin Gadkari ji.
Sagarmala is a very prestigious project for Government of India, not only for government, but the people of India. We have 7,500 kilometers of seafront is available. And now already we have taken a decision to convert 111th river having the length of 20,000 kilometers into waterways. This can be a game changer. By Sagarmala, we want to develop the ports, at the same time port-led development. We want to develop sea transport, cruise tourism, at the same time river transport and river tourism. I am really thankful to the organizer for organizing the symposium, and particularly related with the subject related with the Sagarmala. I am giving my best wishes to Bhandarkar Publication for organizing Samudra Manthan. It is very important and good for the country. My best wishes with all of you. Thank you very much.
See, Sagarmala as an initiative which has been launched by the government, it's an excellent initiative, and it would be good for the government to see it through to its logical conclusion. And the discussion that actually did happen today threw a lot of insights into the various bottlenecks and which the government will have to take an issue to come out of. But it's an excellent initiative which was launched today.
Indian shipping industry is on a firm footing. They have gone through ups and downs, and they have weathered the storm very well. And I think it bears good tidings for the future. And today I was very pleased to hear that we have even got container ships under the Indian flag. I think that is a very good sign. We are gradually catching up and getting tonnage on our own bottom ships to take them across.
The importance of maritime trade to Indian economy, the government has decided to give rebirth to many of the destroyed ports by developing several new ports along the coastline, by recreating the Sagarmala of tiny little diamonds along India's vast coastline. This will create business opportunities and plentiful employment.
Thank you so much, and now we begin the awards ceremony. Could I request Captain Vivek Bhandarkar and Mr. Ashish Pednekar to please step up on the stage as we commence the Samudra Manthan Awards 2017. The first category, Diamond Shipping Company of the Year. Could I request Dr. K.L. Raju, Field General Manager, Union Bank of India, and Mr. H.C. Mittal, Regional Head, Union Bank of India, Mumbai, to kindly step up on the stage to announce the awards, while I request Shri Pradeep Rawat, our Chief Guest, Chairman, National Shipping Board, to once again come on the stage to present the trophy, and Mr. D.T. Joseph, former Secretary, Shipping, and the first Chairman of SMA, please join us for presenting the certificate, the citation. Could I request Mr. P.K. Srivastava, former CMD SCI and former Chairman INSA, to please join us. So ladies and gentlemen, the Diamond category Shipping Company of the Year,
the Shipping Corporation of India Limited.
Shipping Company of the Year, Foreign Flag.
And the winner is Mediterranean Shipping Company.
Shipping Company of the Year, Coastal Trade.
Shreyas Relay Systems Limited.
We move on to the next category, Turquoise, Safe Entity of the Year.
Good evening, gentlemen and ladies, and the winner is DP World Private Limited.
The next award, Caring Organization of the Year.
And the award goes to Jawaharlal Nehru Port Trust.
The next category, the Public Port of the Year.
And the winner is Deen Dayal Port Trust.
The next award, Private Port of the Year.
The winner is Adani Ports and Special Economic Zone Limited.
The next award, Container Terminal of the Year.
The winner is APM Terminals, Mumbai.
The next award, ICD Dry Port of the Year.
The winner of the ICD Dry Port of the Year is the Thar Dry Port.
The next award, CFS of the Year, LCL.
CFS of the Year, LCL, JWR Logistics Private Limited.
The next award, the CFS of the Year Specific.
And the CFS of the Year Specific Award goes to Navkar Corporation Limited.
We move on to the next category. This is Emerald category, and the awards are for logistics.
The winner is Total Transport System Limited.
We move on to the next award, Customs Shipping Broker of the Year. The award goes to Royal Forwarders Private Limited. NVOCC of the Year.
The winner is All Cargo Logistics Limited.
The next category is Sapphire PRT Placement, Retention and Training.
The winner is Training Ship Rahman.
The next award is Innovative Training Institute of the Year. This goes to Anglo-Eastern Maritime Academy. The next award is Ship Owner, Ship Manager, Manning and Training Company of the Year.
And the winner is Maersk Line India Private Limited Crewing Division.
The next award, Manning Company of the Year.
And the winner is MSC Crewing Services Private Limited.
Project Cargo Company of the Year.
Award winner is Demico India Private Limited.
Thank you. The next award is category Zircon. This is for insurers. Insurance Company of the Year.
The award goes to the Oriental Insurance Company Limited.
Thank you. And the next category is Peridot. This is for Warehouse Company. Logistics Park of the Year. And this award goes to All Cargo Logistics Limited. Thank you. Warehouse Company of the Year.
The award goes to JWC Logistic Park Private Limited.
The next award, Shipping Freight Broker of the Year.
And the award goes to Navneet Gandhi and Son.
The next award is Consolidator of the Year.
And the winner is Team Global Logistic Private Limited.
This, ladies and gentlemen, is the Garnet category Technology Provider of the Year.
The winner is Odex India Solutions Private Limited.
Transporter of the Year in the Amethyst category is Shreyas Relay Systems Limited. We now move on to a special category awards, Empowered Women of the Year.
I announce the name of Ms. Kruti Joban Putra as the award winner.
The next award is Mentor of the Year.
Captain Sagisa.
The Lifetime Achievement Award. Could I request Captain Ashok Mahapatra, Director IMO London, to please step up on stage and announce the award.
The Governing Council of the 5th Samudra Manthan Award confers the Lifetime Achievement Award to Captain Purushottam Shankar Barve.
The Governing Council of 5th Samudra Manthan Awards confers the late Professor K.R. Bhandarkar Award for exemplary contribution to maritime trade to Captain Ashok Mahapatra.
We have have some special awards, ladies and gentlemen. The Indian Coast Guard will be felicitated and awarded here for saving life during the last cyclone, Oki. Next award goes to Shri Sharad Shinde, Gram Sevak of Bhogwe Gram Panchayat. And the next award goes to Mr. Afroz Shah for beach cleaning.
From a fabulous panel discussion to a Q&A round with the members of the industry to rewarding the jewels of the Indian maritime industry, Samudra Manthan Awards, a significant initiative, was all about the fulfillment of a common goal, rise and rise of the Indian maritime industry.
Partnered by Times Influence.